everybody, my name's Andy, and normally I make content about competitive Pokemon. If that's even slightly interesting to you, I highly recommend you go check out that channel. I'll link it down in the description. But today, I am very frustrated about something that is not competitive Pokemon, so I cannot use my competitive Pokemon YouTube channel to make a video about it. So I made a whole second channel just to make a rant about this thing because it is frustrating me. And texting my friends who do not watch the same media that I do is not making me feel any better, so here we are. Today, we're going to go on an angry rant about, well, basically it's about media literacy, but, you know, it's about IronHeart. This is a show in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's on Disney+. It just came out, like, this week, and they dropped the first 3 episodes, which is only half of the series. And I keep seeing this garbage-ass take online, okay? People are taking this clip from the first 30 seconds or so, something like that. Maybe it's like in the first minute or 2 minutes or something like that. But they're taking like this little clip from the very beginning of the very first episode, and they're just playing that clip and saying that the whole show is stupid because of that clip, and it's pissing me off. Essentially, this clip is just the main character, Riri Williams, who is going to become Ironheart at some point in this show, I assume. She says, "Do you think that Tony Stark would be Iron Man if he wasn't a billionaire?" And they're just posting it and saying, "Yeah, of course. Haven't you seen Iron Man 3? Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps, you know." And yes, obviously all of that is true. Obviously the movies have shown us a few times that Tony Stark is very smart despite the fact that he is very rich. And, you know, I don't necessarily agree with this take, even if you take it completely at face value, because all of the things that he does still would require a large amount of money, and he has that money to do those things when he does them. But here's the thing, okay? Here is the thing. Here's the thing that I need you to understand. And probably nobody who has this take will watch my video, but, you know, maybe you'll just agree with me and you'll make me feel better in the comments. Riri Williams, the character in the show Ironheart, which takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has not seen Iron Man 3. She can't go onto Disney Plus and watch Iron Man 3. It doesn't exist. She can't watch the first Iron Man. It doesn't exist. She can't do that. And, like, yeah, maybe some of it's in the news, but, like, first of all of the stuff that takes place in the hardware store in Iron Man 3 is not going to be in the news. That stuff happened out of the purview of your local newspaper, okay? And how much of what happens in Iron Man 1 is in the news? Do you think the news story just says that? No, it's not, because they don't know who Iron Man is. Everybody knows that Tony Stark was abducted, but they don't know who Iron Man is at the beginning of that movie. So obviously, the fact that he built this in a cave with a box of scraps is not something that your average person would know. So even ignoring all of that, okay, even ignoring the fact that there is no way that she could know any of this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because you gotta think about the person that says this, okay? Ignore the fact whether it's true or not. That can actually be debated, and I don't care what you think about it right now because it doesn't matter. This is what the character Riri Williams believes. She believes that she needs to obtain a bunch of money in order to build her own Iron Man suit, and in some ways she is correct, but obviously it doesn't matter whether she's correct or whether she's wrong. At this point in the story, it's the first 30 seconds of the first fucking episode of the show. She believes this statement. And it is her belief in this statement that sets her on the course of the entire rest of the next 3 episodes, because she thinks that she needs a bunch of money. So she ends up working for the main villain so that she can get money, and she gets in trouble. And probably by the end of the next 3 episodes of this 6-episode series, she will learn the lesson that being Iron Man takes more than being a billionaire, and she'll be able to just understand that, and she'll learn that lesson the same way that Tony Stark learns that lesson over the course of all of his movies. He learns a slightly different lesson because, you know, in order to make this argument, we're ignoring the fact that obviously Tony Stark did not obtain his own wealth. He was given generational wealth, and he is a white man, and he was afforded certain opportunities that probably Riri Williams has not been afforded over the course of her life, and that's obviously something they talk about in the first episode of the show! I just, you know, you see people make arguments like this online, and you gotta wonder, like, are they stupid? Are they, like, obviously making an obtuse argument to prove their point because they just want to hate the main character of the show because she's not Tony Stark. I'm not saying necessarily that they're racist and they don't like women. They could be true. I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to get eviscerated today. I enjoy having all of my organs inside of my body. But it would probably be fair to say they don't like her because she is not Tony Stark and she is, she's just not that character. They don't want new things. Change is scary. I get it. I understand. Look, I am scared of change every day. And very often I do not do things because I am scared of change. And I would probably be a much better person if I could get over my fear of change. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But, like, are we sensationalizing this it's like a 10-second clip. Like, it's probably not even 10 seconds. This 10-second clip from the first, like, very beginning of the show, just so that we can make the argument we don't like this show, like, just so we can say that we can review bomb it because, oh, the people making the MCU movies don't understand the MCU. Yeah, they probably do understand the MCU. The executive producer of this project is the person who made Black Panther. They also made a very good movie recently called Sinners, and that has nothing to do with the MCU, but it's a great movie, and if you didn't see it, you should go watch it because it's an amazing movie. But, like, to just, like, listen to that clip. Look, if it was, like, some external narrator, fine. You can be mad about it. This is the character, Riri Williams, saying that she believes that you cannot be Iron Man without having a bunch of money. And honestly, I think she's correct. In order to be Iron Man the same way that Tony Stark was Iron Man, you would need to have a bunch of money. But this is the opening scene of the first episode of the show. Don't you think that, like, there's more here? Don't you think that she's going to, like, I don't know, maybe learn as the show goes on? Like, I know she was in Black Panther 2, but we really don't know a whole lot about this character. In fact, they're giving us all of this information about this character right now in the show. You just have to watch it. And, like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. That's fine. But don't give your takes about something that you haven't seen. You know what I mean? Like look, I very often get mad about things that I haven't watched, and I won't watch them, but not because I think they're going to be bad, because I don't believe in the thing that they're doing. And if that's the case, that's okay. Me saying I'm not going to go see the live-action Lilo and Stitch because I don't think it should exist is fine, but I'm not going to tell you that it's bad because I haven't seen it. Now, other people on the internet are going to tell you that it's bad because they have seen it, and I can say, yeah, look, see, it's bad. That's why I didn't go see it. That's fine. But most of the people who have the take on the internet that are saying that, oh, IronHeart is terrible, I'm not gonna watch it. Look at this terrible thing from the very beginning of the first episode. Do you even know that it's from the beginning of the first episode? Did you watch it? This is like the first thing that Riri Williams says in the entire show, I think. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing? You don't even know what the context of the statement is. The context is, it's the first thing she fucking says in the show. This is her belief. This is the ethos of the show. She thinks you need billions of dollars, so she goes out and tries to get billions of dollars by doing things that are maybe not legal. And it gets her into trouble. And probably over the course of the next 3 episodes, she's going to learn that she didn't need all that money. She just needed to be herself. Which is the same thing Tony Stark learned. But that's okay. Because they're essentially analogs for one another, but we're seeing them through different lenses. Tony Stark is a white man who is a billionaire playboy philanthropist. Riri Williams is some kid, I think she's from... Where does the show take place, actually? I don't remember. It's like Chicago? Hold on, let me look this up. Before I get angry at myself for being stupid. Where does IronHeart take place? Chicago, Illinois. She's just some kid from Chicago. This is like have you seen Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie where he, like, originally he tries to do some stupid shit when he gets his powers, and then he learns that with great power needs to come great responsibility? That's like you watching the one clip of Peter Parker looking at the murderer, the guy who killed his uncle, and saying, "No, that's not my job," and walking away. You watch that one clip and you say, "Oh, this whole movie is terrible. I don't understand who Peter Parker is." This is exactly the same thing. Look, this is okay. I'm excited about discovering this argument here. That would be exactly the same thing as taking this one line from the very beginning of Ironheart and saying that it ruins the whole show because this line exists. The lesson has not been learned yet. This is the beginning of the show. Just like over the course of the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, he learns that with great power, there must also come great responsibility, and he becomes a better person for it. Riri Williams is probably going to learn that you don't need to be a billionaire to be a hero. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm falling off the deep end. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm getting angry about nothing. Maybe I'll post more angry rants. Let me know if you want to see that. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my other channel. I think I'm done here. I think I have gotten it off of my chest. But with that, everyone, my name's Andrew. I'll catch you guys next time.